Like, I know a lot of people complain about the Clone Saga, and rightfully so. That shit is awful. But man, that Gwen Stacy one is terrible.
Hey, Doctor.
too.
Hello, Peter. I'll be just a minute.
Wow, look at all this new stuff.
I'm kind of hoping that they are trying to set up a Spider-Verse game. But I feel like that's going to be too much like Shattered Dimensions. Like, you got your black suit Spidey, you got your this Spidey. It can get all over the place.
Really glad Doc let me store things here after the whole eviction thing.
Oh, Peter. I noticed you keep track of Spider-Man's foes. Smart. Easier to craft countermeasures that way.
Yeah. Like, the countermeasure of Fisk, normal man. Or Vulture, old man in wingsuit.
We really need to get better about organizing our workspace.
Octavius. That one's a bad design. Just wrote Octavius. Octavius Industries, groundbreaking technology, creating the world you deserve. That's a nice slogan, I guess. You know?
Man, I remember the first day I interviewed here. Showed up with stains on my shirt.
Trying to make
10
the
minutes
Winter
late from
Soldier
stopping
arm.
and mugging. Still can't believe Doc hired me.
He's
Hope he doesn't regret it now.
look at that, carbon fiber.
Interesting method
interesting.
of structural reinforcement.
You got some rods in there, and then some muscle. Okay, he's learning from the Kojima. You know, get that artificial blood going. Your robots sound like cows.
In some sad, sick way, the City Hall attack may have done some good. Norman's approval ratings are sinking. The people are starting to realize their beloved mayor only cares about himself.
Wow,
It takes
real
a tragedy to
topical.
wake people up to the truth. To finally see the monster they themselves elected.
Wish Doc wouldn't fixate on Norman like this.
Yo, me too, Peter. Me too. But, you know, Norman's a monster and needs to be gotten rid of. Where am I? Hey, we're gonna, before we do this, we're going to find lore. We're exploring lore. Where are we? Okay, ooh, robot hand's getting more advanced. Alright, dude. Creepily staring up at me. Weird. Don't do that. It's...
Lots of late nights in this lab. Glad Doc keeps the snacks
Bam,
stocked up.
bam, bam,
We should
bam,
get more of those
bam,
little cheese
bam,
squares,
bam,
though.
bam, 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 bam. Some sweet jams.
Parker, we've been focused on limb replacement. Connecting nerves at severed extremities, replicating the function of lost appendages. But what if instead, we gave people something they've never seen? Something straight from the mind. Unchain all of us from the bodies we've been born with, and instead, unleash the awesome power of our minds.
You're going down a dangerous road, Doc. Doc, stop. Let me turn off this. Did I turn it off or turn it on? I don't know. Anywho, Doc, don't go down this road. Oh shit, I got a lot of fucking chemicals to mess with. Well, I hope you like a chemistry episode.
What was Doc working on with this?
I don't know, making some compounds. 'Cause science, man. We put that one here, we put that one there, okay? And then we do, this one. And then we do this one. And then we do this. Bam! Look at this bacon sizzle. Oh, I fucked it up. I am not good. And do this, actually. And we do that. And we take this one. And put it over here. And the lid. Yeah, so I don't understand how Peter is like this crazy
Not sure about
engineer,
long-term wear and tear,
chemist,
though. Might delaminate easily.
creator, inventor. He's like, this is kind of like the main thing with a lot of Marvel
Doc was
like
testing the
heroes.
biocompatibility of graphene.
When they say they're a genius, they're like crazy genius level. Like, they can just do shit. That was my TV. I know. Sounds like something's breaking. No, not that one. This one. And then... do I want that one? And maybe this one? And then this one. And then... I can do... put that one here. Then put this one here. Put this one here. Nope. I think some of my favorite Spider-Man story arcs are like the one-off series. Not one-off series, like I really liked when Peter came back after the whole Superior Spider-Man thing. I know a lot of people didn't like it because like Dan Slott just couldn't write Spider-Man too well. But I like the introduction of Silk. Maybe this one goes here. Maybe I'll do this. Yeah, so I like the introduction of Silk. And I'm just trying to figure this out real fast. This one can go here. That's not right. And that's not right either. Do that. No. Do this. Nope. That goes here. And where does this go? Oh, that goes here. That's very apparent. Okay, so this one's right. I know that one is right. Oh, I am redlining. Bring myself down a little bit. Alrighty. No, that one goes here. That goes here. And this goes here. And this gets removed. Alright. First try. No problems. I did it.
Great.
I don't care what
Pretty
you
high
said.
cytotoxicity.
I did it.
Not sure I'd use this as tissue interface.
Oh man, more chemistry. Yeah, so I like the introduction of Silk.
Biocompatibility.
What he ended up doing, and when I mean he, I mean Dan Slott, he ended up showing like how selfish Peter actually is. And a lot of people don't like to think about that. But Peter is extremely selfish. But that's if you're trying to deconstruct him. You can end up telling stories of Peter making very, very selfish choices to not better himself too much, but he's being selfish in the sense of he wants everything. You know, like he wants to be
Decent candidate for a direct tissue interface, but I feel like we can do
great
better.
boyfriend or a great husband or whatever. And he tries really hard to keep that relationship going.
Graphene.
But
The structure is super
at the
unique.
same time,
What is this?
he wants to be a well-renowned scientist. He also wants to be Spider-Man. That's all fine and dandy. But the problem that you face now is something needs to give. And this is why Peter's really relatable, that he wants to be Spider-Man. He wants to be, he feel like he needs to be Spider-Man. Right? But when you play all these factors in where you need to keep your job up, or you want to keep your relationship going, or if you even want to be a superhero, and I felt like I talked about this in the previous episode, but if you want all of that, something needs to give, and something needs to like go. Doc Ock was able to do this very easily because he wasn't trying to be a goody two-shoes Spider-Man. He didn't give a shit about the public reputation he got. All he gave a shit about was doing the job. Like, and he was doing it well. However, Doc Ock went to, not like to an extreme, but he was way too, not, I want to say the word robotic, but not try to say the word robotic. He was really efficient at being Spider-Man. But the problem now lies in the public image of Spider-Man. Yeah, he's getting all these criminals out, but he's doing it mercilessly. And it's like he just sees the numbers in his head and he's like, crime goes down and I beat everyone's ass and done. A lot of people like that part of the Spider-Man, but that wasn't my bag of tea. I didn't really like that. Because when I think Spider-Man, I think that guy that's trying to juggle everything and that wants to have it all, but can't. And I feel that makes Spider-Man a very compelling character.
Oh, awesome. It's been nano-latticed. Wow, that's strong. Could be a great structural element for a prosthetic.
So it's kind of crazy.
Doc's messing around with superconductors.
When you see someone who is, I won't say the word created, but a character that shows up that basically can give Peter everything. He can be Spider-Man. He can have that relationship. And he can manage his own job. But that person is Silk. It's not, it's Cindy Moon, not, Mary Jane or Gwen. I feel like Gwen would understand, and I think Mary Jane understands for a bit, but Mary Jane has her own needs. And she has her own desires, and, sometimes Peter can't fulfill that. So she would have to find other means or leave the relationship in general. And that usually kind of just breaks Peter all the time, and like then you get depressed Peter, but depressed Peter is like the most scumbaggy Peter you can find. He's almost like Scott Summers level scummy, because like when Peter gets depressed, he just man-hoes around. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with man-hoeing. Just gotta own up to it. So you're gonna be a man-hoe, be a man-hoe. I don't care. But Peter tries to take that moral high ground at the same time, so it's like you're trying to be like, no, I'm hurt, and blame your hurt for your bad choices. It just comes off petty. Okay, cool. Nope. It's not that one. But Cindy can give him, could kind of give him that life he wanted. You know? Like, she may not be a super genius, but she is a spider woman. You know? She also can take care of herself, and if Peter needs that relationship, he can have that superhero relationship, kind of like a Batman and Catwoman type deal, where they can have a life at least, but it would be it'd be kind of like sectored off into this superhero style
Very cool.
like relationship. So like they're gonna have to,
ceramic. Perfect type 2 superconductor.
instead of like dating, they're gonna have to
It'll run
superhero
hot,
together
but maybe good
and
for an outboard
use that
control.
as date night or something. But they can spend time and have that relationship during that time. However, if
Some
he
kind of
wants that
polymer.
like super genius style life like Tony Stark, and have that really meaningful relationship like he tries to have with like Mary Jane or tries to have with Gwen. I think he even tried to do that with Cindy at one point, but he kind of fucks it up all the time. But if he really wanted that or wants that, and I feel like I'm talking about a character that's not real, like he is real, but if they really wanted Peter to have that relationship and show that he is capable of balancing everything, it would become harder to believe. Because even now, like, we all know that you can't have it all. You can have one, you can maybe have two, but you can't have everything. And then if Peter, a guy that barely makes any money, were to, I guess, Spider-Man around, it would just look really bad. So one of these things shouldn't be here. Ooh, that was a travesty. poop. Yeah, this is right. And this is not. Let's do this. This. That. This is wrong. Yeah, that was wrong. I think I just did the same thing over again. This is wrong again. Let's do that. Then this one can go here. Boom. Okay.
This is awesome. A self-healing polymer. This stuff will survive almost anything.
Alright, cool. We're done with chemistry. Are we done with chemistry? We're done with chemistry. Now, I think we need to go into robotics.